And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of The Flash, Season 8, Episode 10. And oh boy, what an episode this was. Some spoilers if you have not caught up to this episode. So, let's begin. So, as of last week, the team, they're dealing with the fact that there's a new threat in Central City, and the threat is basically a giant flame that can feed off people's emotions and fears and what have you, kind of like the It creature that just transforms into whatever to feed off people, children's fears. It gets stronger, kind of like that, but it's a black flame, and there's no way to stop it. There's no entity inside it. It's just there, and it just feeds off people's fears and, I guess loneliness in a way. So in this week's episode, the new target has to be Frost. Why Frost? Well, they don't really explain why it's after Frost, besides the fact that the team figured that, okay, it has some kind of cold property. Maybe it wants Frost to be its energy source and try to absorb its, her power to make itself stronger. But, from what I gather from what the ending was, I'm starting to, think, and this is my own participation of what this whole episode meant, was the fact that I think, even though she didn't really say why she was, kind of, I guess, down, was the fact that, Frost and Caitlyn are now, they're sisters, they love each other, they have accepted that. I do feel that in this episode, and that Frost has not really bonded well with Caitlyn's mother. Now, in this episode, Caitlyn's mother does show up because they do get her help and they try to figure out a way to stop this thing. And then eventually, towards the end of the episode, she starts accepting Frost as her own daughter as well, as her own separate daughter, not just another part of Caitlyn. She accepts Frost as her own daughter, just like her second daughter, which is great. So we got to see that. So, and then of course they eventually stop the villain of the week. I'm not saying a villain of the week, more of like the villain of the season, because I don't think this thing is gonna go away. While that's happening, we finally get some kind of information about what the heck is happening to Iris. Because remember, Iris is in Coast City, trying to help that orphan girl, trying to reunite with her mother. And we found out that she has some kind of time sickness where time is like erasing around her, and she has no idea why it's causing it, what's actually going on with it. My guess was that something that Bart and Nora did, back when when the season came back and it had those couple episodes with them two, kind of messing with the timeline. I feel like that messed up the timeline in their own way, and we just haven't figured it out yet. But that's my guess, but who knows? We even get more information about today's, in this episode, when they go visit the mother, and she finally gets to, reunite with her daughter. Iris starts feeling the effects of this, the sickness that she has. The mother goes to touch Iris, see if she's okay, and then she just digitizes out of existence. Kind of like how her Speed Force son has that green power, how he's basically time, so she just kind of obliterate into nothing. What the heck is happening to Iris? Like I said, no idea, but it is very interesting. Something's going on. And of course, the very ending of this episode, to really put a little cherry on top, is that the fact that this fire is coming back for its next target, and this next target is Caitlyn herself. Yes, right, Caitlyn came back because apparently she was on a retreat with her new boyfriend, and it looks like it's gonna take the shape of Ronnie. That's right, Robbie Amell will be returning in the future episode, and I think this is the episode where Daniela Pennebaker directed. So I think that's that episode. So that's gonna be fun to see. But yeah, I think this creature or whatever it is, it feeds on people's loneliness. Yeah, now we know Caitlyn should have been with Ronnie, but they killed him off. We all wanted her to be with Barry, but he's with Iris now. And, we kind of feel bad for Caitlyn, She really hasn't had a boyfriend since Ronnie. I mean, every other guy she hooked up with kind of in the show all either wanted to kill Flash, kidnap her, or use her for some weird twisted thing, or left the show for unexpected reasons. And I'm talking about Tom Felton from Harry Potter, when he just left the show saying that he was on another country doing his exploration thing in the show, not the actor leaving the show. But what can you do? It looks like the Flame is going to take Ronnie's form and try to use Caitlyn for something, maybe to get closer to Killer Frost, or something else. We also find out that Caitlyn's mom has ice powers now too, so that's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with that. Maybe they're going to try to use Caitlyn to get close to her mother and sister for, their powers. So maybe the creature can absorb it. Who knows? But we have to wait and see what happens next week. Still don't know what the heck is going on with Iris. But the fact that she's sick, I still believe, has something to do with the fact that Bart and Nora messed up the timeline somehow. And we just haven't seen it yet take its shape and form. But only time will tell. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode. And what do you think is going to happen moving forward? Do you really think Ronnie's coming back, officially coming back, and he wasn't really dead? I mean, we all thought he went into, the black hole, and we all thought, okay, maybe he got sucked into another time period, or another time, or another Earth, and then we just never heard from him again. Or he actually did die, and he's actually coming back. Or do you think it's that Black Flame taking his form to trick Caitlyn? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Stay tuned for more, and thank you very much, and have a good night.